folks, Weatherman Sam, the man in the big green hat. I'm here at the Mallard Fox Wildlife Management Area, and now I'll admit, this isn't the usual hiking trail, and there's not necessarily a hiking trail at all here. Just some dirt roads out around that field and maybe another field. But there's also river access, and I'm hoping you can find some interesting little things here, but it's kind of an exploratory little hike, and we're just going to see what we can find. Here at kind of the welcome kiosk that's been rebuilt. There's nothing much here to welcome you. This was a sad sight as I pulled in. On aerial imagery, all of this is forested land. There's an old cemetery that I want to go up there and see eventually, but they'll be doing a tremendous amount of logging here, it seems. It's too bad. Roads here are pretty rough getting down into. If you got an SUV or a truck, it's not so bad. I don't know that I'd do it with a car. Need something with a little bit of a clearance. You can see this spot on imagery pretty good. And there's a little road or a little trail that goes off through the woods there, but we've had a tremendous amount of rain earlier today, and that's too muddy for my interest at the moment. Maybe on the way back we'll walk down to the little open area under the pines. This seems to be a popular camping spot. Now I know this is WMA land, but I don't know if this is also TBA land. If it is, then you can camp here, but I'm just not sure. There's also, you can see this in the video, there is so much trash. Oh my gosh, that's full of poison ivy, but there is just so much trash here. Some dirty fire rings. You got plenty to burn, but considering all the pine straw and whatnot, it's surprising that whole little area hasn't gone up. Somebody's got a little boat moored here. That's interesting. Here's a view of the Tennessee River. Does seem like a peaceful place to fish, maybe. And that island I want to kayak out to sometime. That looks kind of cool. This is a bunch of metal wire that they're trying to burn for some reason. I can't quite figure that one out. Now there's a trail over here that leads off somewhere, but on my drive in I passed a little pull off and somebody had some tents set up and whatnot, and I'm not going that way to bother anybody. Another awful trash pile, just in case I can't get a photo of this guy. There's an indigo bunting that just flew up into the trees there. Beautiful vibrant blue. Now there's no real trail here, but on the outside of the edge of the crop field is a road. It's a bit overgrown, as you can see here, but I'm just going to walk on the inside of one of these rows to the edge and maybe get some peeks off into some springs or kind of wetlands area on that far side, and then come back around and see if I can get on the trail and get up to another little crop area over to the north there. See what kind of wildflowers or animal tracks or things we spook up along the way. Interesting how the change here, how much bigger some of these corn plants are than the others. I think this area must hold water more or something. Really is kind of weird walking through a cornfield with a hiking staff. As if it's a real hiking trail, but I'll hike just about anywhere. Oh, look at this. It's an interesting little critter hole of some kind. Huh. Well, we're up on a bit of higher ground here. I wanted to show you. You can definitely see how the land slopes down and forms a bit of a depression there. So that is what's going on. That area holds more water. And it's just not growing as well as the rest of this. Well, we've reached one corner of the cornfield. And there's lots of yellow, which look like maybe coreopsis or something in bloom over here. Beautiful little butterfly. Just won't stay still long enough for me to take its picture. No, this looks like sneezeweed instead. Still pretty. There's a ton of deer track in this little area. Back and forth, back and forth. Coming to get a drink of water before going back into the woods that was behind me. I'm hoping at some point we can find a spot to kind of peek through that tree line, because that's where all the little swamps and things are. Maybe we'll get lucky. Interesting little plant. I have no idea what this is. There's dark velvety purple leaves. Kind of a hairy soft stem to it. Stands maybe about a foot tall. Is there anyone else? There's nothing else like it around. So if you watch this video and you see this, leave me a comment as what you think this is or what it might be. I'd love to know. Just wanted to give you a little update on the trail here. Something has come through and smashed all these corn stalks through here. Just trailing this back to this spot. It almost looks like something is maybe bedding down there or something. I don't know. Very odd. That seems to be where it starts. There's some more over there. No real rhyme or reason to it. Well, it's unfortunate. That's the other side of the cornfield, and kind of the area I really wanted to get down into and explore, but the weeds were chest and at some point shoulder high, and I don't feel comfortable bumbling through that this time of year. And I'm not sure I can get up to the edge of the wetlands and see the springs and whatnot, because there's likely brush growing along the edge of it. So I'll have to come back another time. However, here on the northern side of things, there's easy access, it looks like, to the Tennessee River. So we're going to walk up here a bit, take a gander out into that. This is all poison ivy through here. Here's another odd patch that isn't growing very well. Let's step over in here. It doesn't really seem like a depression, but maybe it is. It's kind of hard to tell from this vantage point. Kind of hoping to find some more interesting tracks other than deer or dog. That's about all I've seen. Well, this is the other little field I wanted to explore out, and there would have been more vantage points to have seen the river and that little island that I had an interest in, but that's just these weeds as far as the eye can see. There's no easy path through any of that. So unfortunately that's going to have to be another time. Well, corn's coming in good, I guess. I like that little windbreak. I kind of want to go over there and see it, but I'd just be plowing through all this corn. This stuff's already waist high. Granted, I don't guess I know how fast corn's supposed to grow. It's late May when I'm shooting this video, but it looks good and healthy. Thanks for coming along with me on this little adventure. It's not much more than a stroll through a cornfield, but if you've never taken a stroll through a cornfield, then I guess it could be interesting or pleasurable or whatnot. It's certainly different. It's not your everyday hike. Sometimes it's fun just to switch it up a bit. Step outside of the norm. Until next time, keep exploring, folks, and stay wild.